Two factions fight for control of the Commonwealth. The Railroad followed the Freedom Trail, while the Institute looked to have mankind redefined. Two unseen enemies pit high-tech superiority against covert tactics. But this Cold War between old adversaries is about to heat up as the Railroad and the Institute go head-to-head on camera for the first time in their battle report debuts. And no matter who wins, the Commonwealth will never be the same. You're watching War Games News Radio, and this is Battle Report Breakdown Season 2, The Railroad versus the Institute. Hey there, Wastelanders, and welcome back to War Games News Radio for another Fallout Wasteland Warfare Battle Report. In this video, we have not one, but two different factions making their debut here on the channel. The first being the Railroad, part of the new Commonwealth wave, and the other being their arch nemesis, the Institute, which is a faction that I've had for a while, but have only just recently gotten around to painting. And now that they're all ready to go, I figured why not have these two factions make their channel debut by facing off against one another. We're going to be playing the General Atomics Facility scenario, which is one of the original scenarios that you can find in the Fallout Wasteland Warfare 2-player starter set. It's got a good balance of asymmetrical objectives for both factions to try to get a win, and also leaves enough room for some dice rolling and some combat. As always, it's up to you viewers to choose a battle MVP, so let me know in the comments below which unit you think outshone the rest, and that unit will be added to a very special battle report roster for the season finale coming very soon. We've got two rival factions and they're ready to roll, so let's get into the action on Railroad vs. Institute General Atomics Facility. Let's hit it. We have our 5 Railroad operatives who stumbled upon this Institute outpost in an abandoned pre-war factory, and we're going to try to hack some of these terminals and gain some of this valuable Institute data that they're holding on to. There are 8 investigation terminals scattered across the board. 2 of them are blank and 6 of them will represent terminals. I have 6 rounds to hack at least 4 of these investigation marker terminals, when a rad storm will blow into the area and wipe all of the data clean, meaning the Institute will have held off and won. If an Institute model gets in base-to-base contact with the hub terminal here in the center of the board, they can perform a Use Expertise Computers test, and if they're successful, they can upload a virus to all of the other terminals, giving me a -4 to any of my future computer tests for the rest of the game. There are also 8 searchable loot markers scattered across the board, and I've made a Wasteland deck comprised of items from the Abandoned Factory Wasteland rules in the Commonwealth expansion for the game. If you want to check out my review on that expansion and how you can implement these rules in your games, check out my review popping up here. This battle marks the debut of both the Railroad and the Institute here on the channel. If you want to get a closer look at both these factions, check out my faction reviews, which will be popping up here throughout the video. Leading up our forces is Desdemona, equipped with a railway rifle, Deacon with a hunting rifle and the Huntsman perk, which he gets for free, Glory with her signature minigun, Tinker Tom also equipped with a railway rifle, and Dr. Carrington with a 10mm pistol. For the Institute, we have a Courser equipped with a hardened receiver, Institute laser rifle, baton, and Stealth Boy, which this unit always has active, an Engineer with Institute laser pistol and Institute division head coat, and 2 synth troopers also armed with hardened Institute laser rifles, ballistic fists, and synth relay grenades. On top of the gear that I've already assigned for our crew here, Tinker Tom's special rules allow him to draw 3 mod cards, which I've just shuffled through my massive pile of cards and drew the first mods here that I could find that were applicable to weapons. So I get to draw 3 of these and put 2 of them on my gear. So I drew Comfort Grip, Multi-Caliber, and Bayonet. This is a bit of a tough one. I think I'm going to go with Multi-Caliber and Comfort Grip. I feel like that's the smarter play. Assign Multi-Caliber to Deacon. This will allow Deacon's hunting rifle to discard any of his 2 effect dice and add any one of the above. So I guess I could use it to gain some extra black die, which never hurts. And as for Comfort Grip, I'm gonna give this to Desdemona rather than Tinker Tom. That's just gonna buff up Desdemona's to hit with the railway rifle to a 10 because of the faction specialties. That means Bayonet is going to have to be discarded. I really hope that doesn't come back to bite me because the Institute do have those relay grenades, which can put some sense right up close and personal in my face. So we've got 6 rounds here to get to hacking some of these terminals. Let's get into the action on General Atomics Facility. Top of round 1, we are deployed within red from our board edge here, and we scatter deployment for the Institute, giving the 2 troopers in basically the middle of the board there, and the Courser and the Engineer taking cover behind that scaffolding there. Now, because of our Railroad faction ability, we get to look at some searchable markers here, up to 3 across the battlefield, so I'll just go with the 3 that are right in front of me. First up here, danger-free item, danger-free item, And yeah, we'll go with this one. And a blank, so not worth our time, even though it's way up on the roof there. So, okay, good to know. So the Institute is going to get to go first, and this trooper here is the lucky one who gets to activate. The trooper is just within long range to take 2 laser rifle shots at Tinker Tom, but misses both times. With that out of the way, let's get to work here. I'm going to get Dr. Carrington moving first. He's got that long red movement range, so he'll be able to get within activation of this computer, but he's got black awareness, so he's going to be able to take a look at all 3 of these first terminals here and see if they're worth getting to. Yep, number 5 is a terminal, so we could go and hack that one. Number 2, terminal again, and a blank. Because he's within black of Desdemona, he can roll 4 VATs on a mushroom cloud. He gets action points. Nope, no dice. So we'll just take our first red movement and make a hack. Now, because we are within green range of Tinker Tom, we're going to get to make a bonus green die roll with that. So let's go ahead and see if we can score Dr. Carrington hacking on a 7. Oh, yep, that's going to do it. And then some. We now have 1 of our 4 pieces of data. And of course, the Institute's next activation is the Courser, who's going to take 1 move, not worrying about cover because they are invisible because of that stealth boy. Desdemona and Deacon are well within range, so he's going to go ahead and take a shot at Des. Courser with the Institute laser rifle hitting on 7s. Ooh, that's going to do it for 2 damage. 2 damage on 2 armor. Ooh, Des is going to take both. Back to my side, and as much as I'd like to get Glory's minigun spinning up at something here, I don't want to waste her shot and an action on shooting at the invisible Courser right now. So instead, I'm actually going to move her up the field a bit once and then twice to get within range of this danger item here, and we're going to make a Wasteland deck draw. So let's grab our deck here and reveal a board. Okay, melee weapon for Glory. That actually might come in more handy than it seems. And for our danger card, we got not a toy. Nearby, a clockwork mechanism starts ticking. Test search. If we succeed, we find the device and jam it. If we fail, a puff of gas is released and we resolve 1 point of radiation damage. So Glory, as she searches on a 5. So let's go ahead and make that test here. That's a fail, so we're going to take 1 point of radiation damage. Now she has 1 point of radiation armor, so let's see if she negates it. She does not. Well then, okay, we got a little bit of radiation, but we also got a board. Not too shabby. The second patroller activated next is going to move up to this item and reveal, ooh, a free item. So let's draw from the Wasteland deck, and the trooper's gotten a machete. Not nearly as good as their ballistic fists, but hey, you never know, could come in handy. The trooper shoots at Glory with their second action, but misses because of the cover. Back to my side, move Deacon once to get a bit of cover from the Courser from these shipping containers there. Then I'm going to take a shot way down at long range with my hunting rifle at that trooper way back in the open there. I'm going to hit on an 8 because of my rifle specialty, so I'm not worried about getting 2 green die for this attack like the hunting rifle grants at that range, so I'm going to swap them out for a single black. So here we go, hitting on 8s with Deacon's hunting rifle. That is a hit for 1 armor break. That's 2 damage on 1 armor. Stops 1, takes 1. Well, I was hoping to deal a little bit more damage on that shot, but no such luck. That's just going to leave it up to the engineer. So they're going to move once and twice, charging right up in the open to try to, unfortunately, upload that virus. So I'm going to activate Tinker Tom next. Let's see if we get VATs. No dice on the VATs there. My first action and second will get me right about there, moving up the stairs, headed for number 2, which only leaves the fearless leader, Desdemona. VATs roll, no dice. Once here to, again, stay away from that Courser's line of sight, and then take a shot at the engineer. Desdemona with the railway rifle hitting on 10s because of the comfort grip. That is a hit with an armor break. That was the only point of armor that they had, so no sense in rolling. Both damage is going to go through. Off to a good start. We've got some damage on the best hacker on the Institute squad, and we've got a little bit of data on our own thanks to the good doctor. But unfortunately, the Institute is still going to get to go first, and go figure who's going to try to make the grade here and make our lives just a little bit more difficult. But let's go ahead and get into round 2 and see what happens. Event deck for round 2, we got Fresh. A welcome cool breeze cleanses the air. It is easier to focus. Any yellow die with a blank face treated as a yellow die with a -1. It might be the Institute's turn to go first, but Deacon here has that long black awareness range, well, double black awareness range, meaning he's within eyesight of all 3 of these terminals to start off the turn. So let's take a look at what we got. Ooh, another dud out of the way already, meaning that all the remaining terminals are well, terminals that we can hack. So that's going to be great news. But the bad news is the engineer here is going to go first. So because of their Institute Division coat, they're going to be successfully hacking on a 7. Ooh, this could be bad. Wow, we are one lucky group of Railroad. I'll have to move it twice to get into base-to-base contact with that terminal here. Unfortunately, even with Dr. Carrington, it would be the same thing. Neither one of them is close enough to do it within 1, sadly. So that's all right. We'll move Tinker Tom up here, more or less securing that we're going to get this done next time. It's back to the Institute's turn first. And wouldn't you know it, the Courser gets to go next. So they got attack. They're going to move once, again, not worrying so much about cover because of their invisibility and stealth boy to get within close laser rifle range with Glory here and take a shot. Courser through cover, hitting on 5. Oh, golly, that is a hit for 3 damage to armor break. So it's going to be 1+1 strong armor going in on Glory. Stops 2, takes 1. Well, seeing a chance to do some serious damage to the engineer here, Des is going to move once just to get within a close range of her railway rifle and then put some shooting through. Desdemona with the railway rifle hitting on 8s because of the cover. Oh, come on, that is a fail. That would have been 3 damage too. And with quick action, I will prepare in case of any movements within my awareness range. And the only units left to go for the Institute are the 2 troopers. So the first one here is going to activate their synth relay grenade, which they can throw within blue range here. So they'll aim for, well, I guess just the middle of the field. Relay grenade hitting on 6s. Okay, so that is going to scatter randomly orange. And with our scatter die, that Institute synth will spawn in just a little bit over there. Scattering orange, a Gen 1 Institute synth spawns on top of our shipping container here and counts as used when it teleports in. Desdemona reacts to the teleportation with a quick action shot from her railway rifle, dealing 2 damage to the Gen 1 synth. Desdemona's also now charged 2 critical points on her railway rifle, 1 more, and she'll be able to unleash a critical attack. The trooper finishes off their attack with a shot at Deacon, but shoots wide. Deacon then activates and targets the second trooper, dealing 2 damage with his hunting rifle. That is now more than half of the hit points gone on that trooper there, but they're still pretty tough with 5 more hit points remaining, and it is now their turn. So they're going to go ahead and try to do that relay grenade action here. So Gen 1 synth spawning in on a 6. That's a 7, so it's going to scatter again. Let's see where it scatters to. It's going to scatter this way, so a little bit orange in this direction. And just like that, a second Institute synth spawns in on the board and is nice up and close to my front line here. That kind of sucks. With their last move, the trooper moved to get some cover and occupy that terminal area there. And we now find ourselves outnumbered as the Institute have run out of activations, which means it's our turn to run out the rest of our squad. I'm going to activate Glory, and as tempting as it is to take out these synths here, she has a -2 to hitting synths, so I really want to take out this engineer, but she doesn't really have a clear shot. No real good line of sight by that terminal there. So I'm going to do a bit of a risky play and move once and shoot minigun at short range at the engineer. Okay, Glory with the minigun hitting on 5s because of the cover. 5 shots coming at you. First one is a hit for 2 damage, 2 damage to armor because of the cover. It's gonna take both. That's a good way to get it started. A second attack, also 5s. Yes, same thing. That is a hit, 2 damage, now just 1 armor because of the minigun's armor breaking abilities. Oh, missed that one out of the dice tray. Boom, that is another 2 damage. That is more than enough to take the engineer out of the game. And because of the walked fire ability of my minigun, I can round out the rest of my remaining shots on anything within yellow, and I'm going to go ahead and dump the rest of these 3 shots into that synth. Glory again hitting on 5s because of the -2 to hit synths special rule. First one is a miss, 2 remaining, that's a miss, and the last one is a hit for 2 damage, 2 damage, 1 armor. Gonna take both. Nice work, Glory, taking the engineer out of the picture and putting some more damage on that synth there doesn't hurt, but that engineer gone now means we're much less likely to get that virus uploaded pretty easily. That's good news for us. We've got some hacking left to do on our side of things, and well, only Dr. Carrington left to go. First things last, let's roll for Dr. Carrington's VATS. He gets an action point. Okay. Oh, he's got quick action use expertise. Oh, this could work out well. I'm gonna move him once up here, his regular movement, then use his battle medic ability to remove 1 hit point from Glory, which he can do. She's not technically a synth because she's Gen 3. Then I'm going to regular move again to get within base to base with the hub terminal, and then I'm going to use my quick action to use expertise computers test. This might see Carrington a little bit too close for comfort here, but this might be something we need to get an edge up on the Institute. So rolling for a computers test here, Dr. Carrington. Where's Dr. Carrington's card? Okay, he's hacking on a 7, so quick action now down to a 5. Oh, baby boy, that's gonna do it. Our second piece of data hacked thanks to some quick thinking and some quick actions from Dr. Carrington, but now he is wide out in the open for the start of round 3. Well, we'll see how that goes. If Tinker Tom is able to get some hacking done here, maybe we can make a quick play. Things just got a lot more interesting after that play, so let's go ahead and get into the action on round 3. Event card for round 3, we got a Predator's Roar. The Death Claws don't usually come this far south at this time of year. Hopefully there is enough prey to keep them occupied with no need to roam further. No effect. Start of round 3, and because the Institute went first last time, and now we have an equal number of models because of these extra synths they've brought in, I'm going to get to go first. And while I doubt I'm going to get as lucky as I did last time with Carrington's activation, I might. So I'm going to activate him first to see if I can't get some quick actions off Desdemona's VATS ability and maybe scoot across the board and get another quick hack. So here we go, getting another quick action on a Mushroom Cloud. Nope, of course that's not going to work. Oh well, but Carrington is going to get a chance to go. Yep, I'm going to make 2 moves. 1, and then 2, again with red movement, to get within activation of this terminal here. Hoping that's going to put me out of range of some of these weapons and maybe pull some of these guys that way. Might be a dumb move. Might have just gotten my doctor and my only healer killed. Let's find out. First up for the Institute is this synth perched up here who's going to take 2 shots at Desdemona with their Institute laser pistol. Gen 1 synth hitting on 4s. That is a miss with the first. Second shot, also a miss. I'm just gonna go ahead and return the favor with Dez here, see if I can't charge up that critical, taking a shot with the railway rifle at that synth.
Desdemona deals 3 damage and 1 armor break to the Gen 1 synth, taking it out of play.
That's what I'm talking about, railway rifle for the win. That synth is out of there and the crit is now charged on the railway rifle. So she's going to take that guaranteed hit. We're gonna deal it onto, we're gonna put it on the second synth, see if we can just clear a path here. Desdemona with the crit. That's 3 damage and a stun. So that's 3 damage, 1 armor. It all goes through. The stun doesn't matter. Desdemona clears her crits and most of the board. Just as fast as they show up with 2 wicked shots from her railway rifle, they are out of there.
The injured synth trooper moves once and takes a shot at Doc Carrington, dealing just 1 damage.
Ooh, I dodged a bullet, or I guess a laser beam there, but it's back to my side and I'm going to get Tinker Tom to go here. So we're gonna try to hack this data. Tinker Tom is the best hacker in the whole bunch with an intelligence of 8 and he gets an extra green die for his Tinker ability. So first action, that is a hit. We now have 3 of the 4 pieces of data that we need, only 1 more. So yeah, if things hold out well for the Doc here, we might be pulling this off. With his second action, Tinker Tom's going to move once and get within range of this item here, and it's a search test, so next turn we could do a search if we wanted to. We are not out of the woods yet, as we still have 2 Institute models left to go, and it's the next trooper who's going to go again, and they are going to do the same thing that their buddy tried to do, and move once, and then take a shot at the doctor. This is the shot I was afraid of. Trooper hitting on 6s. 2 damage because of the blank die and the hardened receiver, so 2 damage, 1 armor. Who's gonna take it both? Ooh, things are looking a little rough for the good doctor there, but thankfully because of their battle medic ability, they may be able to take some of that damage off themselves. That Courser will be able to charge into Carrington there on their activation, which is not what I want. They're gonna try to avoid some of that possibility here by charging in with Glory. I'm going to roll for her VATS first. No extra actions, so I'm going to take my first move, and then I'm going to attempt a charge, but to do so, I need to first test perception. So that's going to be a perception -4 because of the stealth boy, the dang coursers, so I'm going to be succeeding on crits or cogs here. Come on, the skill die, don't fail me now. Oh, that was so close. It was on a critical and then rolled away. So no dice on that. That's unfortunately a bit of a wasted action. That's going to bring it back to the baddies' side, which means the Courser is the last one to go. Now, while they could move and charge to get within Carrington there to stop him from hacking, because it would be a contested objective at that point, he also is within black range, which is his close shooting range, which is his much better chance to attack. I think it makes more sense. He actually has a better chance to take Carrington out by shooting twice than he does by moving and charging and waiting to try to do it next round. So,
While the Courser's first shot goes wide, the second one is a direct hit, taking Carrington out of play.
with a sizzle and a pile of ash, Dr. Carrington is gone. Well, that bold play might come back to bite me in our future rounds here, but Deacon is the next one to go, so let's see if maybe we can just get a table wipe. That's another way to win, I guess. Let's take 2 shots in at this trooper at the back here.
Deacon's first shot swings wide, but he connects with the second, dealing 2 damage to the trooper.
And that's going to do it for round 3. It started off strong and then did not go the way that I wanted. We still need 1 piece of terminal data to win this game, and these backline here has these ones pretty well locked down. But it is still anybody's game as the Rad Storm approaches. Let's get into the action on round 4. This battle could go either way, and we'll be right back with the conclusion in just a moment. But if you're enjoying this video, then hit that like button, make sure you're subscribed, and turn on those notifications so you don't miss our new tabletop content coming out every single week. And if you really like what we do here on the channel, then consider becoming a member of our Patreon community, where as little as $3 per month, you can help support the channel so we can make more videos more often for you to enjoy. A lot of what we're doing these days is being funded by our Patreon community, so we cannot thank you enough for all of your contributions. And of course, there are benefits to signing up, like early access to videos, double entry into future WGNR giveaways, access to polls that help you decide the content that you see here on the channel, and you can even become a named character in a future battle report or live stream. With all the plugs out of the way, let's get back into the battle and see if the Railroad can pull off a victory. Event for round 4, we got boom! A critical generator malfunction, corroded gas pump, whatever it is, the explosion sounds much closer than it really is. No effect. Round 4, Institute's up first, and the Courser, of course, is the one who's going to get to go. So they're going to dump 2 shots into Glory here.
Both of the Courser's shots ring true, but thankfully Glory's +1 strong energy armor reduces some of that damage, and she only takes 2 hit points total.
And with that, why don't we have her go next? And I'm going to get that minigun spinning and try to take out this trooper here. Glory with the minigun hitting on 5s because of the reluctant special rule. First shot is a big miss at 10. Second is another miss. That's a first hit, so 1 damage, 2 armor. Okay, one of it goes through, and our last shot is also a miss.
With her last action, Glory again tries to charge the Courser, but fails because of that -4 perception stealth boy rule.
This trooper is still hanging on. 2 more hit points left to go on that one. But it is the other trooper who's going to go first, and they got the close combat attack action, so they're going to charge into Glory with their first activation, and then they are going to attack with a charge with their ballistic fist.
Even with an extra green die for the charge, the trooper is unable to connect with Glory, and she avoids all damage.
Okay, it's time for Deacon to earn his keep. I'm going to again try to put 2 shots down through onto that trooper and put them out of their misery. Deacon again with that green to black die swapped, hitting on 8s. Yes, that'll do it. That's a hit with an extra damage, 3 damage, 2 armor. Stops 1, it takes 2. That trooper is out of commish. Here we go, Deacon. Now you're getting things done.
With his second action, Deacon takes another shot at the remaining trooper in melee combat with Glory, and because of his careful ability, he has no risk of friendly fire. The shot hits its target, but both damage are blocked by the trooper.
That just leaves Tinker Tom and Desdemona left to go on my side. So I'm going to move Desdemona with that long move range of red, her maximum movement here, and then try to engage with the Courser. If I can tie them up, maybe I can make room for Tinker Tom to make a play for one of these last pieces of info. But to do so, I'm going to have to pass a -4 perception test because of the stealth boy. Oh, forgot to roll for Desdemona's VATS. Let's see if she gets it. She does! Interesting. So she might have she could quick action charge, so she could try this twice. So it's still a -4, so that's going to be a -2. No way! She pulls it off, so a quick action charge is going to get her, within range there, because she's got that yellow charge, which is weird. But she's going to engage with the Courser, and then I guess Yeah, she can make a charged railway rifle attack into him. Okay, Desdemona with the railway rifle, close combat, black for the charge, the +2 and -2 for the specialty, and then the close combat attack, and the comfort grip doesn't apply because it's not a ranged shot. So, all that to be said, we are now hitting on 6s. That's gonna do it with a quick action and 4 damage. Sorry, 5 damage because of the bottle cap. That is just an unreal hit. 5 damage, 2 armor. He takes it all. 5 damage right through means that there's only 1 hit point left on that courser, and Desdemona's gonna go ahead and prepare with that extra quick action that she generated there as well. Wow, with all that damage going through, our courser's stealth boy powers down and leaves him exposed for the remainder of the round. I need to get Tinker Tom moving towards one of these pieces of intel, I believe. So I'm going to, take a climb test. It's an agility test of just 2. So, I mean, jumping would probably have the same effect, but let's just see. Wow, he passes. So Tinker Tom is able to deftly climb his way down the scaffold here to about there. And then he's going to take his last move towards the number 6 piece of intel, which he could get to and hack next time around. Victory is within our sights at the end of round 4, but we still have some pretty nasty customers to deal with here in the middle of the board, and they're going to get to go first. Then for round 5, we got synths. Go figure. In the distance, light reflects off the metal body of Gen 1 synths. Where did it come from? Several more suddenly materialized to join it. Their presence is concerning, but at least they are headed into the distance. Well, looks like the reinforcements got the wrong location. No effect. Just our luck, the courser activated first. They got the attack melee close combat action, and normally I guess they would probably attack into Desdemona, but I feel like with Tinker Tom at the back line here, very close to victory, it would probably make more sense if they withdrew and tried to tie him up and see if they could escape Desdemona's wicked grasp despite only having 1 hit point left. The stealth boy will kick back on and they'll take their first move, which will trigger a close combat attack from Desdemona. Gotta test perception before any of this happens, so again, -4, so scoring on a 2? You've got to be kidding me! Des, you one lucky so-and-so. Opportunity attack from Desdemona, hitting on 6s because of the +2, -2 specialty and quick action. That hits for 2 armor break. 2 armor break because of the special there, and the courser only has 2 armor, so that's gonna do it. 2 damage through. Invisible, not invisible, doesn't matter. Desdemona is a straight up grade A badass, taking a courser down with a single charge and a reaction. Back to my side, and I'm definitely gonna go for the gusto here. Move Tinker Tom into reach of the terminal, and then let's go ahead and make that test. So he gets an extra green die because of his Tinker rule. Tinker Tom hacking on 8s. That is it, and then some. We get our last bit of Institute data for the Railroad victory. What a fight that was for both of these 2 factions on their channel debut. Gotta say, pretty surprised with how combat efficient the Railroad was. All the other games I've played with them so far off camera have been decent, but this was by far the best one I'd seen. Got a lot of those Desdemona VATS quick actions, which really helped make the grade. Carrington, unfortunately, bit the dust, but Tinker Tom and Desdemona in particular did a whole lot of damage. And hacks, so can't really complain with the way that that all broke down. Didn't capitalize as much as I wanted to on that multi-caliber mod from Deacon, and the comfort grip over on Desdemona's side of things made her an absolute dead-eye shot. So yeah, there you go. Something to think about when modding out your Railroad weapons. Interested to see what you all folks at home come up with as far as lists. So let me know what you thought about this battle force in the comments and how you are kitting out your Railroad crew. A resounding victory for the Railroad on their channel debut. Only 1 Institute model remained and just that 1 trooper. So I have a feeling after maybe another round or 2, even those tough 9 hit point troopers would have been out of commission. I'm really interested to see what you folks do with your Railroad list because they are a crazy fun faction to play. Not my favorite faction in Fallout 4 to join, but I'm having a ton of fun playing with these units on the tabletop. Don't forget to leave a comment down below for Battle MVP and let me know which unit you want to move on to the finale. There's only a few more episodes left in this season before that big showdown, and it is not going to disappoint. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and rest assured we've got lots more Wasteland Warfare battle reports coming your way very, very soon. So stay tuned because, as always, WGNR will be back.